That would be in the Testament of Levi, and apparently they know this document, the Testament of Levi. So, by means of which he catches Israel, transforming these things before them into three kinds of righteousness. The first is fornication, the second is riches, and the third is pollution of the temple. Now, fornication, we've been talking about. Riches, you can say about any establishment. The third is pollution of the temple. Who is polluting the temple? The the Maccabees, or the Herodians? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Can we really say the Maccabees are polluting the temple, or is it back to the time of Alexander the Great? I don't think that's what this is. Anyway, watch this. This is another dating parameter, I believe. He who escapes the first is caught in the second, and he who eludes the second is caught in the third. The builders of the wall, again, that is Ezekiel 13:10, and it's repeated in columns 6 and 8 again below in this document, who followed Zorzor. This is real weird stuff, but it's paralleled in the cave formato. So-and-so, you might say, who followed so-and-so. They don't want to name who in. He is the spouter. Now, the spouter will appear again in the document, like the Habakkuk commentary, as the man of lies is the spouter of lies. The beginning of this document, the man who poured over Israel the waters of lying, the spouter of lies. He is the spouter. The builders of the wall followed so-and-so, about whom was said, he shall surely spout, Micah 2:6. Anyway, these people are caught in two of these. Why are they fornicating? Because they take two wives in their lifetimes. So this document, like Christianity later, or to follow, believes in one wife only. At least for the rulers. And most Jews, I think, didn't practice polygamy at this time. One wife only. Whereas the foundation of creation is male and female, he created them, Genesis. Now, 1:27, etc. And they also quote, 2 by 2 they went into the ark, Genesis 7:9. Now, I don't think that's a particularly strong argument. It's grasping at straws, but it's the best this community can do. In any case, it's attacking people who don't just marry one wife. Now, there's no indication that the Maccabees married more than one wife, very often, if at all. But the Herodians, many of them married more than one wife. And the Temple Scroll, another document that I told you was found from Cave 11 after the 6-day war, they went to this house in Bethlehem and they found it, says, the king shall marry one wife and one wife only during his life, and she shall be a Jewish woman. Even goes further than this. Now, Herod married 10 wives. And very few of them were Jewish women, only 2 Jewish women that I can count. And you give the genealogies in the back of my books and other books. The only 2 Jewish women that you'll find there are the 2 Miriams, his daughters of the high priest that he marries. One, the Maccabean Miriam, whom he killed, and the other, the Miriam, the Boethus, who he brought from Egypt, the priesthood he brought in from Egypt to take the place of the Maccabees. Her, the daughter of that priest. So, to my mind, I mean, maybe this is not attacking anyone, but it's certainly attacking somebody who's not doing this. And as for the ruler, it says, column 1, 5:1, he shall not multiply wives unto himself. So it agrees with the Temple Scroll again. And again, who's multiplying wives unto himself? Herod. I just put this right in the Herodian period. The 3 nets of Belial are the things Herod and his people are doing in Palestine. They don't name them because they're frightened of them. Now, I can't prove this because this stuff is so recondite and opaque, purposely vague, that nobody can be, punished for this, really. It's not naming people in the present time. It has code. It's written in code. But if you know it, you can. Now look at how they get David off. In MMT, the famous letter from Qumran, also speaks about David in this manner. But here, it knows David multiplied wives to himself, yet they love David. How do they get around this? You see, these people are not dumb. They know when they're in trouble ideologically and polemically. He had not read, they say, the book of the Torah that had been sealed, which was in the ark. Probably, you know, in the Bible, the book of Deuteronomy is supposed to have been found in the 600s in the ark, in the covenant, in the temple by a priest, and nobody knows where it came from. And they're probably referring to that. In any case, or he didn't read our literature, they're saying. Since it was not open to Israel from the day of the deaths of Eleazar and Joshua, and the elders who served Ashtar and all those wicked things they did, and they hid it, and it was not revealed until Zadok arose, or stood up. We don't know who the Zadok is here, or what. If it's a symbol, if it's a term, if it's a person, if it means righteous one, or if it's just a name. So David's high priest was Zadok, but it's not that Zadok. But here's how they get around it. And the works of David rose up. That means rose up in his favor, except for the blood of Uriah. They blame him for that. How many know the Bible? David took Uriah from the battlefront, Uriah the Hittite. He shouldn't have done that. He wanted Bathsheba. He's seen her bathing on the rooftop. Brought Uriah up there. Uriah was really a good man. He wouldn't even go in and cohabit with his wife because in the battlefield, they were following the holy war rules, the rules of total purity. We'll have it in the war scroll here, even back in that time. They're pictured as following that kind of regimen, even though Uriah is supposed to not be even a Jew, but he's adopted the Jewish lifestyle, obviously. Many of David's champions are not Jewish, as it turns out. In any case, that's 10th century. Except for the blood of, the good works of David are clear, except for the blood of Uriah. And God counted them to him. God reckoned these good works for him. So they are not going to judge David. And the MMT says, let God judge David. The letter picks up this theme again and says, let God judge David. We're not going to judge him. God counted his good works to him, and that's all we're going to say.